Hey, we're here in the cleveland.com newsroom. We've got Leila Atassi, and Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson was in earlier today. He's proposing a income tax increase that he wants to get on the ballot. And Leila, why don't you tell us how it's going to affect voters and Cleveland residents?
Well, currently the income tax in Cleveland is 2%, and it will now, if voters approve this measure, it'll be raised to 2.5%. Now, what Frank Jackson says this will bring to the city is about $83.5 million in additional revenue. That will help bridge the gap between the city's revenue stream and its expenses, and it'll give another $40 or so million to take care of additional expenses that are coming, union wages that have been on the rise, as well as health care costs for the city, and very notably, the city in the coming years is going to be spending tens of millions of dollars on implementation of the federal consent decree to deal with police use of force issues and improving policing in Cleveland.
Now, did Mayor Jackson detail what would happen if this increase is not approved by voters? What could be coming or going away, or what services we may or may not see available?
Well, he said that come spring, he will provide voters a very detailed outline of what services will be in jeopardy if they don't approve this. So he kind of generally said in his meeting with us that we could be looking at a slower response from Cleveland police, which already citizens complain that it's a slow response. We could be looking at more potholes that are going neglected on the street because their money just isn't there. We could be talking about trash collection issues, a whole list of items that he said he's going to give voters a full outline of that come spring.
Now, we talk about how this will impact residents who work and live in the city of Cleveland, as well as people who live outside the city of Cleveland and work in the city of Cleveland. What's the effect there?
Well, it turns out, he said, that 87% of income tax collections in Cleveland are actually from suburbanites who work in the city. So if you're watching this from a suburb, or if you are a suburbanite, this really affects you. Clevelanders are, the extra 13% are Clevelanders who live here. And so he says that, for the Clevelander, this seems to be a no-brainer because it directly benefits their quality of life, and the burden of the tax is on the outsiders who come here to work. The bigger picture, which we're exploring today on cleveland.com, is will this affect Cleveland's ability to attract new businesses to come to Cleveland if the tax rate is increasing, and will it affect the suburbanite who might be interested in moving to Cleveland? So those are the issues that we're looking at today.
And like Leila said, we have a couple of posts up. We have a frequently asked questions. We also have a generator where you can plug in, where you work and figure out how the increase might affect you if you work in Cleveland. Follow us on cleveland.com for all the latest as we move forward on this proposed by Mayor Jackson, and we look forward to seeing you there.